I used to be really scared of approaching women that I was attracted to, and I'm no longer scared to approach women. Now, I will talk myself out of it sometimes, but I don't really do it anymore. And in this video, I want to help you get to the point where you can fearlessly approach women, because I think that what we need more than anything nowadays is the ability to meet people anywhere. And that's honestly a superpower that I'm super grateful that I have. And it's something that I spent a lot of my time in my life working on. So I have a few steps that you can take to overcoming approach anxiety. And the amazing thing about overcoming approach anxiety with women specifically is that it feeds into every other area of your life. And you might not even be aware of it. Like, if you're one of those guys that has a lot of approach anxiety, there's probably a few things going on in your life. And you can let me know down in the comments if this is true, but you probably don't go for what you want at work. You probably are not, you don't push yourself as much. You probably don't have a ton of confidence. Maybe you're generally pretty confident at most, but you don't have this insane, like almost delusional level of confidence about yourself. You don't view yourself as like a fucking badass. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want, right? And most guys, you want to feel like that. I think a lot of guys, we're lying to ourselves if we say that, oh, I don't want to feel like a fucking killer, like a fucking savage all the time. Every guy looks up to super masculine guys that don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care how much you hate guys like Andrew Tate, but when the raw primal part of you as a man sees him say some outlandish shit that maybe you don't even agree with, but you see him just not give a fuck, and part of that is commendable. Like, you might cope and say, oh, well, he's wrong, that's stupid, whatever. He doesn't like women, he hates women. But dude, at least he fucking says what he thinks with his chest. And he says it with bass, and he doesn't apologize. And that's very commendable. And if you're not a guy that can do that consistently, if you can't communicate what you want consistently with people that you need to talk to, then you're going to miss out on so much in life. You're not only going to miss out on thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout your lifetime, or even the next few years, depending on how successful you are already and what your goals are with your career, maybe even millions of dollars. You're also going to miss out on amazing relationships with awesome women, and you're going to end up settling because you're not going for what you want. And that is the worst place to end up. No guy wants to end up realizing 10 years into a relationship that he's settled. And I've been in that position before, 3 years deep in a relationship, and I realized, fuck, man, I really settled and I really messed up. And you don't want to end up there. So approach anxiety is the first building block. Overcoming it is the first building block of being really, really masculine and going for what you want in life. And so that's why I'm so passionate about it. It was one of the first steps in my life where I had a fear and I conquered it. And if you're not a man that can conquer his fears, what are you doing? All right. So there's 3 key steps to overcoming approach anxiety. And this is a journey. This is something that will take time. But the first step is blocking out an entire day just to make one approach. Even if it is the worst approach of all time, giving yourself permission to make the worst approach of all time and going in and trying, taking a whole day, go to the busiest place you can find, the busiest store, the busiest mall, go to the bar at night if you have to, and sit there and puss out over and over and over again. See a beautiful girl, you don't talk to her. Talk yourself out of it 12 different ways. And eventually, if you block out that whole day on a weekend, you will be able to approach. You will eventually make that approach. And hopefully what you'll realize from this, because you're going to get rejected, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're probably nervous, stumbling over your words, is that it's not a big deal to get rejected. Okay? And if you're surrounded by people that would shame you for getting rejected, that's an environment problem. That's not actually a problem with you. It's a problem with your environment. So the first thing to do is block out an entire day to make one approach. And then once you start making some approaches, maybe you make another one because you're inspired to do another, or you go out and you're like, fuck that, I'm going to do 5 approaches. If you're a guy like that, then it's probably a good thing you're watching this video. I actually believe you're going to make some progress. Then start gauging how you feel about rejection. And then you can kind of figure out where you're at and what you need to work on. For some of you, you'll really feel bad about rejection and you'll feel like a loser. In which case, that is an environment problem. You're putting yourself in the wrong environment. You're surrounding yourself with the wrong people. You need to surround yourself with more friends Put yourself in some online communities, put yourself around people, watch content that encourages you to go out, meet people, and approach people. Okay, if you're chronically online, surrounded by people that don't talk to other people in real life, surrounded by guys that don't have the balls to approach a girl on their own, so they're going to shit talk you and talk you down for even trying. If you're around guys like that, you are setting yourself up for failure. So the second thing you need to do is change your environment. Okay, your environment influences so much of who you are. And I wish it wasn't this way. I wish you could just willpower yourself into being the guy you want to be, but you have to surround yourself with guys that show you it's possible. And that's why I've paid for mentorships in the past. That's why I surround myself with the most confident people I can be around, people that give me a bunch of shit, people that challenge me, because those guys make me feel the best about myself, because they push me closer to the version of myself that I want to be. And so if you're not pushing yourself to be the best version you want to be, then you probably need to put some of that on your environment. Obviously, you want to take accountability, but at the end of the day, if you're surrounded by losers that smoke weed all day, play video games, and don't do anything with their lives, then you're probably not going to feel good about yourself. You're probably not going to want to go after and talk to that hot girl. You're probably not going to. So you need to surround yourself with people that are not coping, that are actually making a change in their life, that actually want their lives to be really fucking good. Okay? And the third thing you need to do to overcome approach anxiety is keep going out and keep approaching. Keep looking for opportunities to approach. Approach anxiety is not something you solve overnight. Like, I have a link in the description for my free approach anxiety course. Helps guys, it's already helped hundreds of guys overcome approach anxiety. But at the end of the day, like, you're not going to be able to completely crush and destroy your approach anxiety because it's never going to go away. It's always something you have to work on. You're always going to have doubts. There's always going to be questions about, what if she doesn't like me? What if this is weird? What if I fumble over my words? What if it doesn't go well? And you're always going to be asking yourself that question. And the problem with that is that I guess the word's wrong. It's not a problem, right? It's just how it is. So why would you sit around and let it be like that? You have to fight back. You have to constantly fight back against your own mental blocks. You have to constantly fight back and show yourself what is possible. Every time you second guess yourself, no, I couldn't approach that girl with headphones. Oh, she's busy, oh, blah, blah, blah. Just realize, dude, you're coping. You're coping, you're making excuses. That could be the mother of your children, the most amazing woman you've ever met, and you're not growing the balls to talk to her? What are you doing? Wake up. Go talk to her. And then you actually push yourself enough to do it. And then you show yourself it's possible. And then you can work on, what you need to do better. Because obviously, approach anxiety that's only the first step. I'm just talking right now about how to get over approach anxiety. It's just get to the point where you're going to approach a ton. And that's it. I'm not telling you how to get a girlfriend. This is not how to get laid. This is how to approach consistently and have like a good mindset about it. Because really, the state you want to be in before you start working on your game, and this is what I try to teach my clients, is that you can approach and with no structure, have a conversation with a girl, get completely rejected, and feel fine after. And if you have that level of resilience and confidence about yourself, you're good. You're going to be able to learn actual game and like learn how to get laid consistently and learn how to get a girlfriend. All right? That's what I have for you guys today. If you're struggling with approach anxiety, hopefully this helps. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.